Miss Christy and Miss Crystal up from Sometimes Costello. Give them a big hand.
Thank you guys for having us. I'm Christy Ogle.
And I'm Crystal Stewart.
And we're with Sometimes Spouse. I got a phone call. Can you all hear me in the back?
What?
Awesome.
Facebook may not be able to hear you.
Thank you. So I got a phone call one day that the woman that helped raise me, my grandmother, Nola Bruce, had fallen ill. She was 93 years old, and they didn't think that she was going to make it through the night. When I received this phone call, I was at work. So I went immediately into my boss, and I said, I need to go. I got to go say goodbye to my grandmother. And she said, I'm sorry, Christy, but you can't leave. You're the only one that can do your job. The other person that can do it is on a honeymoon. And I said, I've got to go. She goes, if you leave, you won't have a job. I had 3 kids and a mortgage to pay, so I had to say goodbye to my grandmother via Skype. And the last words she said to me was that I created an amazing family and to keep it going. So I went to her funeral. They had it on a weekend, so I was lucky I could go. Had to go back to Missouri. And as I was at the funeral, I stayed there the entire time until they lowered Grandma into the ground in that box. And I thought, Grandma never really got to live. She never drove. She didn't go travel. She had an amazing family, but that was the only thing she really had in her life. She would wait at home in front of that television until one of us would stop by or call, and then we'd spend hours with her. She had an amazing family. She left an amazing legacy with her family, but after a generation or two, unfortunately, she would have been forgotten. And I decided I didn't want Grandma's legacy to go into the ground with her in that box. So I came home, and I started talking to my best friend, Crystal, and I told her of what I witnessed. And I said, you know what, I'm going to take a good look at my life. At the time, I was a social worker in HMR. And I wanted to take a really good look at my life because I wanted to change my life. I didn't want just my legacy to be my kids and grandkids. I wanted it something more, and I wanted something more for Grandma. So I went home and I started looking at my life, and I woke up one morning and I realized I was living that box life. I woke up, I made the kids box cereal, I ate some box cereal, and then I'd sit in front of the TV for a few minutes to see the weather and then local news. I'd drive in my car that looked like a box. I'd get to work and I'd work on a box for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I'd go get my lunch in a box, take it back to work in front of that box, drive my box car back home, make a box dinner because I was at a J-O-B, just over broke. So they got hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, hamburger helper if we were lucky, we could afford the hamburger. Then we would sit in front of that box for 3 or 4 hours a night, and I'd go to sleep in that box. I was living the same sort of life. I was going to end up in that box without a legacy. So I told Crystal what I found about my life.
And then, can y'all hear me? Okay. Sorry, I don't have quite the voice that and I started to look at my life too and realized that I was also living a box life, but my box was just a little bit different. I was working alongside Christy there at HMR. I had went to college, got the job with the retirement and all of that you're supposed to do. And I was a newly divorced single mom living with my parents. And my box was living in that room, not knowing how to get out of that and get my own place that I knew that me and my daughter needed and deserved. And I knew that I couldn't give her the life that she deserved. living and working at MHMR and living that box life over and over, day in and day out. So that's when it all began.
So that's when we came together. I was watching the box one night and got an idea for a business. Sometimes Spouse handyman and household cleaning business. What we believe in at Sometimes Spouse is a family first culture with our customers, with our employees, and with our franchisees.
And our goal is to help 1,204,732 families put their family first.
And our target market is hard-working families that want to put their families first. Now, Sometimes Spouse solves 3 issues. The first issue that we solve is enabling our customers to put their families first. I know many of you in the crowd, and I know that you guys work your tails off. 40, 60 hours a week. Something has to give. Most of the time, that's your home maintenance. So Sometimes Spouse actually takes care of those honeydews that honey doesn't have time to do. We do home repairs, painting, fencing, flooring on the husband's side. And on the wife's side, we do cleaning, organization, pet sitting, house sitting, and packing of homes. So we can take care of all those things so you can go and make memories with your families.
And we want to treat our customers like family, and we do that by serving them and truly caring about the service that we're providing to them. Whether it's cleaning their home, we clean it just like it's our home, and whether it's recruiting our housekeepers and handymen, we wouldn't hire anyone that we wouldn't send to our grandma's house.
So we truly do treat them like family. Number 3, we get rid of those worries that the customers have. When I talk to customers over and over and over again, they say, I have this problem at home and I need this problem solved. I just don't have the time or the skills to take care of it. So we take care of our customers in that way. Now, Sometimes Spouses have massive growth. We've been very fortunate. We began here in Waco, Texas in 2013, just 6 short years ago. We started it part-time with our full-time jobs and worked it into our full-time gig. It's been our full-time gig for about 5 years.
And then in 2016, we began duplicating ourselves by franchising all over Texas.
And Sometimes Spouses help hundreds of people get started in their own Sometimes Spouse business. We've helped about 10,000 families in the Waco area take care of those honeydews or chores in their homes. Now, to let you know a little bit about us, we have created a legacy with our families to enable us to be there and put our family first. A few months ago, I got to watch my daughter, Natalie Faith, walk across the stage at Baylor to get her high school diploma. And I was there for every moment of it. I'm always there for my kiddos. I get to be there when they're making their memories and they know mom and dad are able to be there. We've created a life for our kids that is amazing. They get to travel. They hang out with their mom and dad, actually. All 3 of them are here today. So it's pretty amazing being able to put family first. I also get to hang out with my husband, Max Ogle, who's a co-founder of Sometimes Spouse. We work together and we enjoy hanging out together. We still go on date nights and we've been married for over 20 years.
Yes, and most importantly, we got out of that box life. I was able to get married finally. That was probably the hardest. Obviously our own home, and we make memories, and that's what is so important in life, is not only just making those memories, but being present and being able to do that and not have to ask permission to live your life.
How to get a hold of us is you can email info@sometimespouse. You can go to sometimespouse.com. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn to find Sometimes Spouse. You can find us.
So, what do we need from y'all? So what we're looking for are families that want to do the same thing, that want to get out of that box life. And if they have 10 to 12 hours per week to put in to building their Sometimes Spouse.
And the other thing is Sometimes Spouse Family Plan. And we want to give perks to our customers just like we do our employees and franchisees. What we've done is we've built a family within Sometime Spouse, but now we want to take it a little bit broader. We want to take it to our customers. So I want to hear from y'all, because I know some of our customers are in the room, what kind of perks they would really like to be as a part of the Sometime Spouse Family Plan. And now we'll open it up for questions.